child, and he set him in the midst of them.
The color hurts my eyes. Oh, they're better now again. It makes them weak by candlelight, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home just for the world. Well, it must be near his time.
Past it, rather. But I suppose he's walked a little slower than he used these last few evenings, Mother.
I have known him walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder very fast indeed.
And so have I. Often.
And so have I. He was not very heavy, and his father loved him so that it was no trouble. No trouble. Oh, there's your father at the door now.
Look how well you're all coming along with these. You shall be done long before Sunday.
Sunday? You went today then, Robert?
Yes, my dear. I wish you could have gone. It would have done you good to see how green a place it is. You shall see it often. I promised him that I would walk there often on Sunday. My little child! My little child! I must tell you, my dear, I had the good fortune to meet Mr. Scrooge's nephew in the street today. We've only met but once, yet he had the good fortune to recognize me, and he greeted me most kindly. I'm afraid I looked just a little down. I confess my face must have betrayed me, you know, for seeing me he inquired what had happened to distress me. On which, for he is the pleasantest spoken gentleman you ever saw, I told him. I'm heartily sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit, he said. Heartily sorry for your good wife. By the by, how we ever knew that, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
Why, that you were a good wife.
Well, everyone knows that.
Very well observed, my boy. I hope they do. Heartily sorry, he said, for your good wife. If I can be of service to you in any way, he said, giving me one of his cards. That is where I live. Pray, come to me. Now, it wasn't for the sake of anything he might be able to do for us, so much as for his kind way, that this was really quite delightful. It really seemed as if he had known our Tiny Tim.
I'm sure he's a good soul.
You would be sure of it, my dear, if you saw and spoke to him. I shouldn't at all be surprised. Mark what I say. If he got our Peter a better situation.
Oh, they hear that, Peter.
And then Peter will be keeping company with someone and setting up for himself.
Along with you.
It's just as likely as not one of these days, though there's plenty of time for that. But however and whenever we part from one another, I'm sure we shall none of us forget poor Tiny Tim, shall we? For this first parting that there was among us.
Never.
Never.
And I know, my dears, and you recollect how patient and how mild he was. But he was a little child. We shall not quarrel easily among ourselves. Forget poor Tiny Tim in doing it.
No, never.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
Spirit of Tiny Tim, thy childish essence was from God.
Spirit, something informs me that our parting moment is at hand. I know it, but I know not how. Tell me, who was that man who we saw lying dead? Before I draw nearer to that stone to which you point, answer me one question. Were these The shadows of the things that will be, or the shadows of the things that may be only. Please, tell me, men's courses will lead, if persevered to certain ends. But if the courses be altered from, the ends may change. Tell me it is thus with what you showed me. Am I the man we saw lying on the bed? No. No, Spirit, no! I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been but for this intervention. Why show me all of this if I am beyond all hope? Please, Spirit, assure me that I may change these shadows you have shown me by an altered heart. Please tell me that I may sponge away the writing on this wall with the stone. Oh. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirit of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach.